Hey everyone, what's up? I hope everyone is doing great. Everyone is doing fine. And before I start this video, I just want to say you are the most powerful person you know. Don't let no one tell you any different. And if you're going through a hard time right now, just know that it's only temporary. Don't make a permanent decision off a temporary situation, okay, y'all? So before I start, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video, y'all. So hello, for those who are new, my name is Tika. Welcome to my channel, and again, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning, y'all. I've been up all night. Do what I do best. I'm a Capricorn, and I'm focused on doing shit right now, putting together videos and things like that on my free time. So as of now, I've done a few videos. I'm having trouble uploading them in the moment, but that's okay. We're going through a Mercury retrograde. That is to be expected. And also, when it comes to Mercury retrograde, communication can be off with you. Communication can be off with loved ones. There can be delays. Make sure you check documents, paperwork, emails. Anything that you're waiting for will probably be a little bit delayed. If you're applying for a new job, it's not really best to apply for it right now, but if it's already said and done, you might not receive anything until later. You might be a little bit discouraged and feel like you didn't get the position. Don't think that. Remain positive. And for those, you might notice people from your past coming back contacting you. I wouldn't really advise you to entertain it, but to each his own. People from the past that stop spying on you, will spy on you again, things like that. I would not entertain that either. I would just leave it alone, because it will only because if you initiate contact or entertain anything from the past right now, is going to end up in conflict, a lot of drama. So because communication is off right now, so people is not going to understand the communication dynamic, and people are going to misinterpret things, and it's just going to end up in a shit show. And right now we're going through retrograde in Capricorn, so please be careful. Capricorn placements, I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart, so right now this is karma energy, so be careful with what you put out there, and things that you've done in the past will come back to you. So right now, remain humbled, okay? So what I want to talk about is how to see, I wouldn't say red flags, but when you getting to know someone, this is how you can tell if the relationship is going to work or not work. Okay, we all have childhood issues. Some of us, maybe a little bit of us probably don't, but that's rare. There's a lot of us that's coming into the dating world with a lot of childhood issues that we are either aware of or we're not, because it's storing our subconscious, and we suppress and repress things, right? I've noticed those who were raised in a single parent home are having a harder time on keeping connections and relationships in a healthy way. So I've experienced a lot of fucked up relationships. I dated someone last year that really woke me up to how dangerous dating can really be. This person lied about everything from the beginning. Like he tried to he did take advantage of me. But I feel like I said tried because it could have gotten worse. If his secrets didn't get exposed, he would have continued to lie, and that would have been a huge downhill for me. And I feel like divine intervention came in when I prayed for the answer, and I received the answer that I needed. It was hard for me to see, and basically a part of me was trying not to see what was in my face, and it's like, this person didn't give a fuck about me. Once the secret got exposed, it's like, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, the mask fell off. My acting is over. You caught me. Fuck you, bitch. You're crazy. Like, I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Like, that was the energy that I had to deal with. It was almost in the field of narcissism. I did a separate video on that. I had to put it on block because I got legal stuff going on, but that relationship transformed me. We didn't even get into a relationship. We almost did. I said no because I was working on my healing, working on my finances. And that's the thing too. I feel like I'm gonna let y'all know, devil energy will come into your life when you're focusing on yourself. Like right now, if you're in that that empress energy in your life, or you're doing something good for yourself, you're succeeding, you're focusing on yourself, your finances, you're leveling up, that like every level is a new devil, and that shit is facts. Every level is a new devil. So you have to be careful who you give your energy to, and that's what I had to learn. Like I had to heal my sacral chakra and all that, because I gave my body to this person, and I was like, damn, I was sleeping with the enemy the entire time. First he was a hidden enemy, and now I know that he's one of my open enemies according to my birth chart. But that's another topic I'm gonna bring up soon in a video, is how to find out if you're in a karmic hidden enemy type situation. You can tell from your birth chart. For examples, I have my 12th house is in Gemini. 12th house is about the subconscious, past life, karma, things like that. So they said anybody who has like a sun, for example, my ex, he's a Gemini sun. He is considered one of my karmics. That didn't work out. I ended that relationship. He betrayed me also. So he's considered almost like an open hidden enemy, a karmic person that I had learned from, and I moved on and I ended that. Even though when I broke up with him, he moved on into a new relationship. Cool. I want my exes to be happy. I really don't give a fuck. But for him to get out of that relationship because Shorty broke up with him, to come back to me was like, come on now. It's like he didn't do nothing but stir up more drama in my life with he say, she say. And then had the nerve to want to fuck me again. Of course, no relationship. He just want friends with benefits. Why would I be a friend with benefits if I already had you and I broke up with you? Like, there's nothing you could do for me. Like, you don't appreciate who I am. A religious factor was an issue in our relationship, so he felt like it wasn't gonna work anyways because I'm not a Christian. But I'm like, dude, practice what you preaching. Like, if you want to get with somebody who's a Christian, then go find somebody with friends with benefits with a Christian person. Like, he didn't make no sense to me, and he always threw a little bit of jazz or subliminal to bring down my self-esteem. And I realized I wasn't fully confident while I was in a relationship with him. I started to have body issues with myself. I started to feel insecure while I was in that connection, and I realized him and the other dude I was messing with, they both in the military, and I've known that a lot of them do a lot of mental manipulation, and both of them have mental issues themselves. So it is what it is, but that's whatever, right? So this video is for me to say this. So when you notice that if somebody didn't really have the best upbringing, because some parents don't really teach children certain things, like to apologize. Some parents don't even teach their child how to apologize. Like, some parents are so busy working that they're not really paying attention to their childhood development, because I feel like the simple things that you do, as in like conflict resolution, on how to like mend things, this is to be learned during childhood development, grade school, preschool, you know, things like that. And some people just skip that, and it's very unfortunate. So you'll notice, like, if the relationship is not going to work out, if somebody's not willing to heal from childhood, like, programming. And it's not only childhood programming, it could also mean like just programming period, like what we was taught, like certain things that I was taught when I was being raised by my adopted mom. Certain things that she said to me wasn't healthy. Certain things she said to me were wise, but some of them wasn't wise. Like, I had to learn how to like decondition myself from certain things I was told, you know. Not everybody is a certain way. Everybody has their own thing, and I just got to use my intuition and my discernment. So always follow your gut. Your gut is like your second brain for real, because with that last situation I was in, it was very traumatizing, and I realized like I had a lot of like warning signs within my body cautioning me to be careful with this person, and I ignored it. Even things that happened when I experienced a lot of other trauma and betrayal, I realized that I had that same feeling. But this last one was like confirmation, like, you felt this feeling before. This is what this means. This means this is your intuition warning you. So now I know. Now I just turned 32. You know, it might be a little bit late to learn to follow your intuition. Hey, some people don't learn how to follow their intuition until never. Like, some people wait until the last minute when it's already sealed. You know, the fucking second already strike to 2 seconds of life. Like, I'm sorry for being dramatic, but that's how dramatic shit gets when you have taken a long time to evolve and wake up and take off the rose-colored glasses and see people for who they are, see the situation for what it is. And I had to tell myself in this last situation to wake up and stop trying to help people and protect people and be kind to people who's not giving that to me in return. And I realized I broke a generational curse because I noticed my mom, she was very, very giving, loving person, and my mom gave to a lot of people that didn't really give to her. And she never complained about it, by the way. My mom is very stoic, but I don't want to be that way, you know, because I realized it really drained her. Because towards the end of my mom's life, she even said like, oh, maybe if I had focused more on myself. This is what my mom said. And I'm sorry, y'all, I don't want to cry. And then I remember her saying, like, if I had focused more on myself, you know, in my health and not really give too much to people, I probably would have prolonged my life even longer. So the situation that I was in made me realize that I've been giving to people. And then it's like, okay, even though the situation was fucking taboo and messy, because my energy is a little bit unconventional for some people, but I realize that's in me, right? I'm a Venus in Aquarius. That's a long story. A lot of us Venus in Aquarius people, like, we love humanity. Like, I hate drama. Like, I really do, because I put on like a strong face, like everything is fine, it doesn't worry, but it really bothers me. Like, I hate it, because I'm like, why do people want to fight over something? Because yo, life is fucking short. Life is so short. Life is precious. It's like, yo, I'm all about like, how are we gonna use this conflict and gain from it? How are we gonna I'm all about making money. Like, how are we gonna, like, let's stop fighting, let's make money together. Like, that's the type of energy that I have. But a lot of people is about competition. They're worried about, oh, you know, you think you all of that. No, you think I'm all of that. I never, like, I've known the shit. Like, I've known the things that I've done in my past that weren't cool, and I had to forgive myself. I had to apologize. I learned how to clear up my karmic debts with people. And I've learned in that last situation I was in, like, certain things were repeating itself, and I'm like, and then I noticed I was starting to give, and I'm like, why? It's giving people pleaser in a way, even though that wasn't my intention, because I want people to get along with each other and come together and work with each other or be happy, you know, because I'm all about like everybody as a whole, you know. And especially when it comes to relationships, sometimes, you know, I do want to be in relationships sometimes, but I recently realized like being single is the best right now, because I can actually focus on myself, my finances, without worrying about somebody else, you know, at the moment. And also healing myself, learning how to be on my own, because I really feel like you have to worry about financial independence, emotional independence first before you get into union with someone, because being codependent on somebody else to make you happy is not going to work. That's not going to work for you. That's how a relationship ends, because you're so codependent on somebody else to make you happy, when really that's supposed to come from within. I had to learn that. I had to learn how to like not be so obsessed about my childhood traumas, because I was molested when I was young. I was raped, and I've been through a lot of fucking trauma, like stories that y'all don't even know about like that. I talk about it a few here and there, but I've been through, like, some people that know my story, I know they like, what the fuck, like some of them can't even handle the shit that I've been through, and I don't even want them to feel bad for me. It's like, this is just who I am now, meaning like this is the woman that I am now. I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go through the things that I went through. I never used to be this confident in talking to the camera. I used to be mad shy. I used to be like, yeah, so, and yeah, I think I used to be like that until recently. I was like, no, I need to stand up for myself. I need to talk up for myself, because I realized people be trying to fucking play you when you don't speak up for yourself. And I was like, I had to learn, where did I get that from? I had to learn even from my childhood, when adults say, oh, stay in a child's place. Like, basically, like, not talking up for yourself. Like, when you witness certain things, like, oh, if you know, like, sometimes you call out adults and they get mad because you call them out, even though they know what they're doing is not good. Stuff like that. I feel like all of this stuff, like, it starts from when you're a child. Like, and there's some people that, like, they deal with being a black sheep in the family, and that pain goes with them into their adulthood, and they don't even they store it in their subconscious, and however their parents or their siblings or their loved ones treated them, they go off into the world and treat people the same fucking way. And I have to tell people, like, yeah, I understand your situation. Like, I know, I've been there too. You need to check yourself. Because I'm always checking myself. Because sometimes, you know, I'm not perfect. I do fucked up shit too. And then I realize that I sit down with myself and I be like, you know what? I could have did that differently. Like, Tika, you know, doing that was fucked up. I hold myself accountable. That's holding yourself accountable. Then I try to reach out to the person, whatever, and then, you know, I apologize. You know, I did that because A, B, and C. It was wrong. Next time, I want to approach the situation differently. In order to have that conversation and that dynamic, the other party has to also come in with a positive energy. You both cannot come in with the same energy you left off when it came to conflict, because it's just going to be conflict all over again in another cycle. That's another video I'm going to talk about, is karmic cycles. It's going to be another video for another time. But y'all, karmic cycles is no joke. And in order to get away from a karmic cycle, you have to end the relationship. It can be karmic families, karmic friendship, relationship, marriage. It does not matter. Partnership, businessship, work. Like, because sometimes our bosses can also be karmics, and coworkers can be karmics too. So it's a lesson to learn. So if you don't learn the lesson, you're gonna keep repeating the cycle. And you're like, why am I always having drama with this person? Why there's no resolution? And then it's like, yo, you know what? I'm eliminating myself out of this because I deserve better. It's all about knowing your worth, finding out the lesson, what it is that you need to learn, and move on. And I realized with my situations, I was repeating cycles from what I've witnessed from my parents, like my mom being overgiving, my mom, because my brother, her son, which, you know, it's hard to let go of your son, but sometimes you even gotta let your kids go. Like, when your kid is grown as fuck and they doing fucked up shit to people and they're just creating havoc and stuff like that, you have to let your children go. Like, some parents keep giving to their child who is very, very horrible and toxic, and that's what I realized too. I witnessed that. I witnessed my mom give to people who didn't deserve it, because that's who the person she was. She was just giving. And then I realized I started copying that a little bit, and I started giving my energy to people who didn't deserve me. And I was like, yo, I need to break this, because I'm starting a cycle. I'm beginning to almost be like my mom in a way. And then when you keep giving to somebody, all they're gonna do is take, disrespect, call you out your name, doing all this crazy stuff, slandering your name, hurting you, trying to cause you pain. And what are you doing? Nothing. I had to tell myself, like, yo, I have to wake up out of this shit, because I know I deserve better. And that was my karmic lesson. And I realized, like, I passed that lesson. Now I have to work on healing. I had to work on forgiving myself, because after I got molested by my brother, I blamed myself for it for years. Like, I was really down on myself. I really was hurting myself. Without getting into details of that, I was really hurting myself. I didn't want, I feel like I didn't have a purpose in life anymore. I felt like, well, since he got away with it, so-and-so can get away with touching me, so-and-so can get away with raping me. It's like I allowed men to, like, take advantage of me, because I felt like, oh, you know, that's all I was good for. And I used to have the mindset of not being worthy. I was like, I'm not worthy. All I'm good for is being fucked, or this, and that. No guy is going to want to take me seriously, because obviously there's something wrong with me. It's because I believe the programming. Because it doesn't help with adults telling me this, because adults in my neighborhood where I grew up at, they told me I wasn't going to be shit. A lot of adults really try to bring me down. And I realized some adults really bring down children is because they're having a beef with an adult. Like, for example, that's why I'm saying, parents, be careful with y'all children, because there's adults out there that's very, very fucking sick in the head, and if they got a problem with you and they don't like you, they will go gossip about you and your children to their children, so their children can bully your child. And when that adult comes around your child, they'll subliminally throw hatred towards your child and throw projection towards your child to make them feel like not shit. And these days, a lot of children keep stuff to themselves. They don't really disclose too much to the parents, because a lot of these days, sometimes parents don't even believe their own fucking children, or don't have time to even listen to their children, or psychologically and emotionally check on their children. This is why you need to check on your children, parents, for real, because the shit that I've been through when I was young, I could tell you, adults is really, really mean. And it was like I was bullied by adults and children. It was fucking sick. I had to recently parent myself. You know, I no longer have my mom who adopted me. She passed away in 2018. My birth mom, she passed away in 2007, I believe, when I was 16. So I don't have a mom anymore. And my father, he's not around physically. I can talk to him here and there over the phone, but he's not really there. So it's like, I feel like I do have a parent, my father, but I don't really have a parent that I can talk to that's going to be there when I need them to be there. So it's like I have to learn how to mother myself. I had to tap into this Empress energy so I can learn how to protect myself, mother myself. And that's another thing too, when it comes to knowing that a relationship is not going to work with somebody if nobody takes accountability for their actions, on working on mending the pain, working on healing, evolving, like, oh, you know, let's move on from this, let's grow from this, what can we learn from this? Like, no, everybody's so scared to say, yo, I love you, let's work this out, like, let's stop disrespecting each other, let's go seek help to figure out what it is that we need to work on so we can evolve and grow and do amazing things with each other and potentially start a beautiful family, a legacy, you know, things like that. That's where I'm at in my life. And this is why I put most of my cards on the table. Not all. You can't put all your cards on the table until you really feel like this person is completely the one. I'm one of those people, like, I disclose at least 90% of myself in dating. I don't disclose the full 100% until I know that this person is really locked in. And a lot of people don't be locked in. They be pretending to be interested in you. And that's another thing too. A lot of people have this defense mechanism where they put on an act. And this could be a form of narcissism. And they'll lie, they'll be sneaky and things like that, to protect themselves. And I guess, but some of them don't realize that they're actually hurting the person that they're doing that to. Because it's like now because they usually say it takes 3 months to find out who somebody really is, who they truly are. And then the mask will fall off. And that's what happened to me in the previous situation I was in last year. It was, the person's mask definitely did fall off in a 3 months max. That's crazy. Because I did look that up, and it says usually a person can't keep up an act for so long. The secrets usually get exposed within 3 months. And it's crazy because I did do a video on that situation that I was in with the dude. But I did say I prayed to God for answers, and I received my answers within 3 days. And that's what made me believe in God. My father actually put me on to a prayer for me to receive the answers that I need to receive, and it's been working ever since. Some people, I should say, that I've dated has some of them moved on, and I'm proud of that. I want to see people that I've been with move on. I want to see people happy. Some of them still try to come back around, spin the block, talk, do this. No, it's time to move on. You know, I don't want to reconnect in any way anymore with past anymore. I don't. I feel like the past was a lesson for me to grow, observe. What was it that I learned? Most of the times I just realized that I learned self-worth and know that I deserve better, not to settle, and work hard on myself. And while I'm working hard on myself and I reach that level of where I feel a little bit content, but I don't think I'll ever be content, because my thing is, like, I like to helping other people emotionally on how to deal with certain trauma and things like that. That helps me feel good. It helps me feel good because helping others help myself, and it reminds me of where I came from and where I've been, and things like that, especially with the whole abuse thing that I've been through, and the lies and the deceit, the betrayal that I've been through in my life with not only relationships, family, friends. I've been through a lot of things that were very painful, and it taught me a lot. And I know one day when I do become a mother, I'll be a fucking amazing mom, and I know that for a fact. So I know I'll be that mom that my children will have no problem with talking to me, because I know how it feels to not be at your best. Like, I know how that feels, and I want my children to come to me about anything, and I want to help them believe in themselves, because I was a child that went through a lot of stuff in silence. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being a baby, y'all. I'm trying not to cry, but I'm actually crying for that little Tika inside of me, because I kept a lot of pain. Like, even when my mom was alive, I didn't tell her about certain pain that I was going through. I was going through a lot of pain. Now I'm recently like waking up to like, girl, you gotta let that go. Like, it's time. It made you who you are, and I really have to talk to myself like this. Is mothering yourself. And people don't understand that, like, when you lose a parent, you're going to have to parent yourself. Some people cannot do that. Some people lose their mind after they lose their parent, and it's not easy. Like, I have to, every day I wake up to pay my bills. Every day I wake up to make sure I still have a roof over my head. And I pray to God, thank God that I have certain things. I work hard. It's hard. And people be jealous. Some people are jealous of me because of what I'm like, what I have and what I've been through. And some people's like, how do you have certain things in your life and you've been through this and you've been through that? God is blessing me because I still have faith, because of what I've been through. The divine will always fucking bless me, because I'm still trying to have a nice heart towards people that don't deserve it. This is why now I'm at that point where I believe God is like, look, I have to save you from this situation, and you need to save yourself. And you have to save yourself from yourself, because I had to realize I had to save myself from myself, because I was also my own enemy. And being my own enemy, because I'm not focused on the red flags that I need to focus on. So ladies, you become your own enemy when you're ignoring the red flags. And the red flags are always there, because in all the situations that I've been through, all the times that I wanted to say no and not entertain something, and I still decided to do it, would be the situation that fucks up. And that would be the situation that would give me a tower moment in my life, a transformative change, the death of the ego, the death of like the old you or the old me. I know I'm sounding like all over the place, like esoteric or whatever like that, but this spiritual shit is real. Like, we're going through a spiritual warfare right now, and we're realizing that people that are for us, that we think that care about us are for us, is really not for us. It's usually sometimes strangers can sometimes be more there for you than your own people close to you, but you still have to have discernment. And I'm now like, some people say I changed, I come off a little bit more cold. I said I have to. And it's crazy because I've noticed some guys like to make fun of, especially when it comes to the black women in the community, that we're like masculine. But don't y'all realize that when there's no male figure to protect the feminine energy has no choice to make sure, because all of us have masculine and feminine energy, but the feminine energy, especially in the black community of black women, we have no choice. This is the scale of balance, right? Masculine, feminine, right? So when there is no protection, when there's no balance, because when a feminine energy and a male energy is there, there's balance. So now there's no balance in the community when it comes to masculine energy. We don't see that. And look at our music today. Look what is presented out there in the world. So in order for a black woman to survive, especially a single black mother, she has to raise the fucking masculine energy so she can protect herself and survive for herself and her children. Y'all be throwing masculine energy. Oh, I don't like that. Well, you're not giving that energy then. So this is why a female will only submit and fall into a more feminine energy is when she feels protected by a masculine energy. Now, you can't be like, oh, I ain't doing this for you, I ain't doing that for you. Then okay, then she's gonna have to step up to the plate so she can do it for herself. I don't understand like why y'all don't get that. That's something like that's simple to get. It's just like some of these men gotta be more in their feminine energy, because some of them is too masculine. Because in order to have empathy and care and understand the feminine energy, you have to embody some type of feminine energy. There needs to be a balance in both men and women. Everybody has to balance out their feminine and masculine energy. It's like more men is acting feminine and more women is acting masculine. Do you know why that is? Like, really think about it. I just explained it to you, but it goes more in depth. But that's for you to figure out. Some of you got to ask, what energy am I harnessing more in my life? More masculine or more feminine? Okay? So like I said, like some of the things to notice that a relationship is not going to work out is if you notice your partner that you're dating or people that you're dating, they don't come from two-parent homes. So sometimes that means you might go through a rocky relationship because there's no example on how to love, how to work things out. how to love, how to work things out, how to resolve things, because you didn't see that example. Now, I'm aware of this. So when I'm going into new connections now, and then I meet someone who's gone through the same similar thing, I have to let him know, like, look, babe, like, you have to understand that you were in a situation where you didn't have an example. I didn't have an example. We are both now aware of this. So we have to make sure if there's any dysfunction in our connection, that we have to heal from this. We have to target the issue very quickly. And if we feel like we cannot address each other with respect or heal from a situation, then we must get a third party, a professional person with expertise and a license, like a therapist or a counselor, to get involved in our situation, to mediate, so I don't interrupt you while you're expressing yourself, and you don't interrupt me while I'm expressing myself. We need somebody professional to mediate our connection. Okay, so because love can be amazing, you know what I'm saying? I recently thought to myself, like, I've never really been in love. I thought I was, but I'm like, yo, I really haven't really been in love, because I didn't even fucking love myself. Because if I had really loved myself, I would have never been in fucked up relationships like that. Like, come on. So I really don't know what love is. So, and one day will I find out? Maybe so. And if that doesn't happen, I mean, in a relationship, a partnership, a connection of love, right? If that doesn't happen for me in this lifetime, I'm okay with that. But so far, I love to love, but it's like I gotta stop giving it to the wrong people. And that's what it is. Like, I'm at that point, I'm scared of giving my love and my affection to the wrong person, and that's why I'm always closed off. Some people are like, oh, you don't open up your emotions. I've got a lot of shit going on in my life, y'all, and it's not easy disclosing that. And when I do, I expect you to protect me. Some people I've dated, I disclosed certain things, and it's like they still disrespected me. It wasn't enough. Being honest is not enough for some people, because they're not honest with themselves, you know? And then that's what I had to realize, what it is about me that I'm attracting. Like, why am I attracting certain people like that? What is it in myself? If I'm attracting a liar, am I lying about something? Am I lying about something to myself? Then I realize, yes, I am. I need to stop lying and think I'm not worthy of something better. I need to focus more on my mental health. I need to focus more on my physical health. I need to focus more on my emotional health. That's how you start attracting the people that is for you in your life, is when you start checking yourself instead of pointing the finger at everybody. Sometimes people do need to be pointed at, but also, what is it about you? Because if you're saying you don't need to change nothing in your life, then you're not a human being and you're full of shit. Because everybody in the human game got something that they need to work on. You can't say like, oh, I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm perfect. I don't got nothing going on with me. Everybody got something going on with them. It's something like, if you're an adult, you have something that is affecting you from childhood, either if you know it or not. It can be embedded in your subconscious. It could have been stored away and erased, and you just don't want to think about it no more. There's something. Some people are going through rejection, abandonment. Like me, I don't have abandonment issues no more, because I'm good with being by myself. But before, I had abandonment issues because of being adopted. My parents, like, you know, going through their thing, and me being put in a foster care system. That's also feeling like abandonment. Like, oh, it seems like nobody don't want me. I feel like I'm not connected with people and things like that. Like, I used to really be down on myself. Like, why me? Why me? Like, too much victim. Being too much in the victim mentality, it will stagnate your growth. It really will. It will stagnate your growth, y'all. So be careful. Be aware of your feelings. It's okay to feel emotional about certain situations from the past. Be aware of it. Observe it and let it go. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. Be like, okay, what was the lesson in that? Why am I thinking about this right now in my life? What is it that I'm supposed to learn from that situation right now in this moment in time, you know, wherever you're at in this world, y'all? But that's pretty much it. Like, listen to people when they talk, because you'll know, like, you can tell by the way people communicate. You can tell if the relationship is going to work or not, because some people are very, very fixed and stuck in their ways on how they want to live their life and things like that. Some people are not comfortable with change, because change is uncomfortable, but change is inevitable. Like, in order to grow and evolve and be different, like, be a more better person, reaching your highest self, you have to go through changes. the ascension process on becoming a better person, becoming a loving person, an understandable person, making sure nobody is fucking pulling the wool over your eyes and blowing shit up your ass, because you got to tap into that intuition, tap into that discernment to make sure nobody play you, because people will try to take your kindness for weakness. You still have to stand up for yourself. You know, some people are very, very too nice. Some people don't like confrontation at all, so they let people run all over their lives. No, don't let people treat you any type of way. I used to let people just get away with shit. I just let people get away with shit. I know, like, the situation that happened between my brother, like, when he touched me and shit like that. That right there, it was like, I was 14. My mom, of course, she's not going to call the cops on her own son. But I understand why she did what she did, because if cops did get involved, me and my siblings would have been put right into the system again. And we would have never been adopted again. I probably wouldn't even be here right now talking to you guys. To be honest, I feel like if I was still in the foster care system agency or whatever, I would have probably been dead and gone, because I probably would have been running the streets trying to find love in all different places. I probably would have been gang banging. I probably would have been more aggressive. I'm not trying to say I'm aggressive now. I'm a little more assertive. Recently, I've been a little bit, tiny bit aggressive towards people, because I realized, like, people was trying to take advantage of my kindness. So I had to check a lot of people last year, like, yo, you think you playing a game here that you're gonna win, but you're playing with the wrong person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think you're at the wrong table. You know what I'm saying? The wrong game table. Using the wrong pieces. That's where I'm at with people. And people kind of shocked, because they're like, damn, I thought you was sweet. Some people are like, oh, you think you this? No, you think I'm that. That's the thing too. I don't like people putting me on a high pedestal, because I don't look at myself as perfect at all. I'm looking at somebody who's been through a lot of fucking horror, trauma. I've had good moments in my life, yes, but I've also had a lot of traumatic shit that I don't wish on nobody. And certain things that people will probably never experience. Some people will, some people wouldn't. And I have overcome all obstacles in my life, and I will continue on overcoming the obstacles that are thrown my way. I will overcome anything, because that's what I know my soul is here for. My soul is here for a mission, and I'm going to complete that mission. And then when I tell people what it is, they get uncomfortable. Like, I'm not, some dudes are scared of me, which is kind of weird. It's like, yo, why are you scared of me? Like, I know what I want. It's like, a lot of you guys are scared of a woman who knows what she wants. I know what I'm here to do. Like, if you're not going to come along with me and be positive and uplift me, then you're an op. You're an op. Point blank, simple like that. You are. And then if you're around people, hanging around people that's slandering me, and you're not checking them, you're an op. Because if I care about somebody and I'm wanting the best for them, and anybody that's talking about that person, I would check them. And I've checked a lot of people that talked about certain people, and when I was cool with that certain people they talked about, that person stabbed me in the back. I've been through that too. That's why I know, like, I'm gonna always be blessed, because I'm always going hard for people that don't really go hard for me. And now I'm at the point I'm stopped going hard for people that don't go hard for me. I have to go hard for myself. I have to put all that energy that I was putting towards somebody else to be great, I'm putting all that energy back into me. And people don't like when you take your power back and you put all the energy, the love that you was giving to other people, you was trying to help other people. People get mad when you take all that fucking energy back and you put that in within yourself. That's a problem for them. Then you start to become their enemy. They start talking shit about you. Oh, she thinks she this. No, you think I'm all of that. I'm flattered. Thank you for thinking that you think that I'm all of that, because you think I'm all of that. That's a title you've given me. That's something you need to look in the mirror and check with yourself. You need to check that with yourself. Because at the end of the day, I'm somebody that's still figuring out life. I don't have all the answers. It's not meant for us to figure out all the answers. This life journey is an amazing experience if you make it out to be that way. Some people just make shit difficult for no reason. First is living in your truth. How can you live a life without living in truth? Living a lie is like you really rather die being fake, like not living in who you really are? That what kind of existence is that? I had to even tell myself that, because I used to like not be fully honest with myself, until I had to tell myself like, yo, I'm not being honest. Probably this is why I'm attracting people who are not honest, because I'm not being honest with myself. Because I feel like, even, you know, y'all can get karma, you can receive karma for not loving yourself the way you're supposed to love yourself. It ain't all about like, it ain't always all about like you receiving karma or bad luck because you treated somebody else fucked up. No, you can receive hardships and lessons in your life is because of how you treat yourself. And I had to realize that. And I feel like that experience that I went through was a wake-up call and almost a karmic lesson for me, because I feel like God was like, you're not being honest with yourself, you're not protecting yourself, you're not being kind to yourself. Overall, you're not loving yourself, baby girl. So this is your karma that you're going through. And I had to realize that. I was like, yo, what the fuck? People don't understand that. And right now we're going through karmic energy, Capricorn. Karma is going on right now. Karmic duties. So however you treated people in the past is gonna come tenfold. So just learn from it, be aware of it, and ask God for forgiveness. If you can reconcile with somebody and ask for forgiveness, cool, but make sure it's in a healthy way. Don't stress things out, don't make things worse. And if the person want to be nasty with you, just ignore them, don't even entertain it. And that's pretty much it. Just really focus on people's intentions and what they say, because people be telling themselves, trust me, when people lie so much, they can't even catch up. Like, they can't even keep up with their own lies anymore. You'll start to notice people's lies are not adding up. And I always say the veil is too thin to be faking out here now. It's 2023. Like, I feel like we're living in the age of you can see energy. Not only feel it, but you can see it. Like, somebody could be smiling in your face but really wish death on you. Like, and you can really see that now. Like, I feel like people who are more in tune, which I believe is the chosen ones, that's another video. I'm going to talk about the chosen ones, because I never used to really believe in that, like the whole chosen one thing. But the older I'm getting and the more I'm experiencing life, I really feel like life is more of a spiritual lesson, a spiritual warfare, a battle between good and evil. That shit is real, because it's an energy, negative and positive. So if you believe in like negative and positive, oh, by the way, y'all, this is the Rihanna lip stunner that I'm wearing. It's called Uninvited. So if y'all want to know what I'm wearing on my lips, so I'm wearing this with